Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another 1 Million Cups from Riverside. Today I get the pleasure of introducing Ralph Richardson. He's one of the co-organizers here, and he wants to talk to you about Riverside I.O. Ralph?
Thank you, Jay. How you doing? So today, about 2 years ago, there was a group of guys and ladies that got together and thought that we needed to have a co-working space here in Riverside. And so the name of that co-working space is Riverside I.O. Today I want to share with you a little bit about it. So we're going to talk about three things. We're going to talk a little bit about what is co-working, talk a little bit about the Riverside I.O. culture, and last of all, just share with you a little bit about our mission. So what is co-working? Well, co-working is very simply a shared office space. It's a place for creatives, techies, developers and programmers, and entrepreneurs and business people to get together in the same space and come together and collaborate. And here's kind of what it looks like. Here's two individuals who didn't know each other maybe 6 months ago, and now they're working on a project together because they're in the same co-working space. So a little bit about the culture we're trying to develop. We launched Riverside I.O. about two and a half years ago, and we recently rebranded. And so as part of our rebranding process, we really thought about what type of culture we wanted to develop. And we really think of Riverside I.O. as 4 walls and a culture. You know, we are really just an office space where we bring people together. We're not trying to be an incubator per se, but we're a place where people can come together and organically, create relationships and come together. So I want to talk a little bit about that. So we're 4 walls and a culture. And one of the things that we thought was important is just conversation. And that comes through meetups and events and just coming together and working with each other every day. And here are some of the events that we have. We have about a dozen different meetup events that are going on at Riverside I.O. on a monthly basis. And last night there was the branding lab, and tonight there is a Ruby meetup group. Tomorrow night is Startup IE, so we're very active. We have lots of events and meetups going on. All right, so here's another important part of our culture, ping pong. And, really the emphasis here is we want to have a fun environment where, sometimes meetings happen over a game of ping pong. Sometimes it's the mayor who's here in this picture. Sometimes he will come by and play a game of ping pong with us. And here's Ashley playing with Manny, which is a UCR student. So it's a place where we can come and have fun and get to know each other. I think that's a part of it. We've got music, we've got airplay. So, during the day you have different people who maybe are streaming music. Music is part of our culture. And this is a really important thing, fresh ideas and startups. It's a place where when people come together, they can share ideas, and what we're hoping that will happen is people will collaborate or say, hey, I really like that idea, we'd like to work on it together. All right, and here just to share a couple of the ideas that are in the space. We've got Waylo, Maven, Tribal Wellness, Carrington Case. These are 4 of the startups in the space. Carrington Case is making some fabulous high-end cases for the iPad and the iPhone. You've got Waylo, which is designing an amazing app that allows individuals to figure out the wait times before they go to Disneyland or the DMV or to a restaurant. And then you've got Maven, which is a website development company who's developed a fantastic website for the city of Riverside. All right, so also it's a place to make connections. I talked a little bit about that already. And here's a picture of some connections being made. These are 5 guys that I've met that have I didn't know 2 years ago, who now I would say, many of them are going to be lifelong friends. All right, so it's a place to come and be inspired. And just inspirational story. Kevin Carrington, who is the president of Carrington Case, which we talked about earlier, he has an amazing sort of nonprofit organization where they get kids together from schools and they match them up with some developers and programmers. And in this picture, they actually launched some rockets with these kids from high school. So they went out, they launched a rocket, they went back to Riverside IO and taught them how to program a launch sequence, and then they went back out to the park and launched the rockets with the launch sequence. And the kids got introduced to programming and practical applications. So and so that's sort of an inspirational story that's happened at Riverside IO. Very important, fast internet. We actually are now in our second space, and in our first space, the internet was not as fast as we would like. So in our new space, we went searching for fast internet, and it's had a huge effect. We've got a lot more people coming out as a result of that. So we think that's very important. And of course, it should be sort of a little bit of a home away from home to work with your friends and people that you're making connections with. And any home should have a couch. So of course we have a couch, which is sort of a place to kind of, have a siesta, take a nap, or in this case, grab your laptop and go to work. Good drinks. We keep a stocked fridge. And it's a place to expand your horizons and learn. We've had a few members who have become members of Riverside IO who had no development experience at all, and actually were able to learn how to become a developer and a programmer in that space by getting help from some of the other members in the meetup groups, and have since then gone off to get amazing jobs, in around California. So it's a place to dream about old tech and enjoy that, and dream about the new tech as well. It's also a place where we've kind of planted ourselves. We've put a flag in the ground. And one thing that we're excited about is that we've done that here in Riverside, which is an amazing city. We really love our location, and we're very excited to be in Riverside, hence the name Riverside IO, which actually stands for Input Output. All right, so you take all of those things and put them together. You have these 4 walls, and inside of those 4 walls is that input output that I talked about. And that input output is happening here in Riverside. So our tagline is just very simply connect, collaborate, and create. And what I'd like to do is share with you some pictures that really kind of speak to those 3 words. So here we are in our very first space. This is about maybe 2.5 years ago, about 2 years ago. And here are the guys coming together at our first location. And here's how it looked when we finished. So we were very excited to be in our very first 600 square foot co-working space. And here we have a meetup group going on. And here's games night, just everybody kind of hanging out, having a good time. Some of the original members. Here we are meeting with Velo for the first time. And here is a work crew for our second space, which we moved from a 500 square foot space into a 1,400 square foot space. And here we are having our grand opening with about 80 plus people. And here's the ribbon cutting with Greg Lee and the mayor and some of the members from Riverside IO. Here's our loft area. All right, so I just want to share, ultimately, what is our mission with Riverside IO? And very simply, it's community. We want to be 4 walls and that culture, and a place where people can come together and connect in an organic way. And we want to build a tech startup community. And here's how that looks like. So it's a bit of an ecosystem. There are many pieces. We're just part of the solution. We recognize that. And so businesses and advisors like TriTech and InsoCal Connect, students from UCR and La Sierra University and some of the other Cal Baptist, the other schools in the area, entrepreneurs, these tech meetups and events, connecting with our local government, and I'm sure there are some others that could be on here, but these are part of that ecosystem. And what we hope is that produces successful startups, and we feel like we're starting to see that. All right, so that's Riverside.io. I invite anyone who is watching this online to visit us on our website at riverside.io. Thank you.